Hello there, YouTube. I'm Wheelchair21, and today is day 2 of Voltron week. Today we're looking at legendary Yellow Lion. And honestly, it looks superb. For some reason, the Yellow Lion is one of the best looking designed lions throughout the entire series, no matter what incarnation it is. I don't know why, but yellow usually is probably one of the badass looking ones. Now, this one comes with a disc launcher, which is actually probably one of the cooler gimmicks. Rather than having just a basic missile firing gimmick, we now have these badass clear discs. And as one can see, his speeder actually has like wind turbines, which honestly, at first I thought they were something that you actually use to plug it into the overall line. But once I checked the back, it shows, boom, some little like turbines that pop it out. And once again, it's heavily painted, but the product actually isn't. Nice going there, Playmates. Overall, still has the same box as our Blue Lion. And now we have our Yellow Lion out of the package. And as one can see, you have your Yellow Lion, your disc shooter, your discs, and your little speeder. Now, the discs that we got here are actually 4. Yeah, I originally thought there was only 3, but we have 4, and it has the new Voltron-like crest. It honestly looks similar to the Henshin device that I believe Agul used in Ultraman Gaia. So that's kind of ironic, I gotta say. Or I could be wrong and it's Gaia's Henshin device. I tend to switch up those two. But nevertheless, it looks like the symbol straight out of Gaia. And you take your 4 discs and you practically put your little disc shooter here and load them as such. Now, as you can see on the left side is your trigger. There's vents on both sides. Nicely sculpted and designed. It is missing a little bit of paint, I think, from the box art, but honestly, it's pretty good. The trigger is quite strong. I mean, it takes quite a bit of force just to launch a disc. Like, look at that. You actually have to put a little bit more, so let me put with my thumb now. Holy shit, that launches hard. Let's try it again. What the hell? Oh, it got dislodged. So, here we go. Round 2. We got our little unpainted speeder, which unlike Blue's, has its little wing gates out, which allow it to like hover and fly and float. Awesome. Yellow is a heavy retool of Blue, and honestly, it just looks so much more badass, just because of how the plate here actually moves up and back for when you have to combine it. Now, mine is a little tight. I don't know if everyone's has that, where it's so tight that you feel like you're going to break it, but I overly enjoy that it moves and slides up and down. I'm just not pleased with how the actual disc shooter locks onto it with these 2 clips here, which feel like they could break over time because of how they latch and lock over. It does annoy the hell out of me. The joints are the same, still a mix of hard rubber or rubbery plastic, so soft rubber, hard rubbery plastic, and a lot of strong ratcheted gears. I love it. It's great. And honestly, the head design just looks so much more badass because the underbite has more teeth. And honestly, this one's a little bit harder to open the mouth of, mostly due to the fact that it probably is just because of the extra additional teeth molded onto it, as well as the placement of the jaw itself. And underneath is how you lock in your pilot yet again. Nothing has changed since the last one we looked at, which was Blue Lion yesterday. And the transformation is practically the same. Since transforming it is practically the same, one can easily see it's just an easy swap to Blue. I mean, most of the lines are just a copy of the opposite limb with different toolings to the upper torso and normally their head and face. But I don't know why the yellow one just stands out a lot more, and I think it's due to its bulkier plating and overall design. I think, like I said earlier on at the beginning of the video, yellow just always stood out as looking so badass, but the problem is a lot of boys growing up are told not to like yellow because yellow is a girl's color, but yellow can be whatever freaking color you want it to be. So, honestly, if you like yellow, that's great, because this line looks so badass. It's evaluation time, and for my final evaluation, Voltron Legendary Defender Legendary Yellow Lion is actually, just like Blue Lion, still worth the $17.99 to $19.99 price. However, I believe that this one is the superior line over Blue due to the fact that I honestly enjoy the goddamn firing disc gimmick, even though it does take a little bit of an extra push just to get those discs to launch, as well as overall always liked the Yellow Line's designs because it always stood out from technically the rest. It really was probably one of the better looking lines aside from the lead line, which is Black Lion. And honestly, it just looks badass and it works with the underbite. For some reason, Yellow just looks grimacing with the freaking underbite. It works, it's superb, it's amazing, and I enjoy it. It still has the flaws found in Blue Line, such as the hard plastics don't really mix well with the softer plastics, and the tail does get stuck. However, there's nothing you should really fear with this one, except that the clips might break on the actual launcher on how it connects to said Lion. But other than that, I overly enjoy it and cannot wait to fully combine it with my other 4 Lions. Anyways, tomorrow we'll be looking at the green line from Legendary Defender, and then following that it will be red-black combination. I'm Wheelchair21, and you can find this video here on my YouTube channel, as well as you'll find it at Hero Otaku and Hero Club. You can like my page on Facebook, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and that's all I can say for now, so I'll see you all tomorrow.